Come. I'm just a streaming dirt bag baby.
I'm a sexy Asian woman.
Come to my live stream, don't say maybe. It never ends till you go crazy. Oh, 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 oh. I'm just a streaming dirt bag baby. Come to my live stream, don't say maybe. It never ends till you go crazy. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you, Uncle Remus. Thank you, Wesley. And thank you, everybody who came. Now that's a franchise I'd watch.
I think you know why you are here. There's a part of you that the normies fear. We know the truth is what you seek, so we welcome you to the home of geeks. Of the oddball, the neglected, the outcast, the rejected, we're all here to celebrate. Anti-Gregory, rebels in the wonders and dreams. Wherever we are here, we see clear, there's no fear. Intersecting every nerve and a voice to be heard. 'Cause here everyone's up, there's no need to be a Pat-clad. We've done away with all the hatred. Every show you love is here, so kick back and grab a beer. There's plenty of discussion, no agenda that we're pushing. We're just here to celebrate. Anti-Gregory, rebels in the wonders and the strange. Whenever we are here, we see clear, there's no fear. Studying every nerve as a voice to be heard. 'Cause here everyone's a third. We are a sci-fi menagerie. We've got every alien from A to Z. We know this is where you want to be. We're the greatest channel in the galaxy. Anti-Gregory, rebels in the wonders and strange. Whenever we are here, we see clear, there's no fear. Because standing every nerve better.
Sir, we are being hailed.
On screen. What is your problem?
I am Lore.
Do you need help?
I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Lore Reloaded.
Let me guess, their rubber band broke, right?
I make YouTube go.
Spinning Spock has space dyslexia. Next on Six Sad World.
Laura, this sucks. Let's go get some money. Hi. I'm Feces. This is Lorehead. Can we have some money?
Feces, Loreface. What kind of names are those?
My name is Lorehead, sir. Lorehead. Like, my head is full of lore. Get it?
Yeah. And I'm Feces. You know, like poop.
Anyway, boys, I sure could use a hand from a couple of strong young lads.
Okay.
You see, I've been stuck in this dang old hospital bed for nigh about a decade now, and I can't adjust it quite right. Can you boys reach that lever under the bed?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Just give it a nice hard yank.
Who said yank?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, come to Lorehead.
Laura, what are you doing with that lever? Come on, man, I want to turn.
Son of a bitch! You stupid kids, you don't ever listen. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
I don't know.
Damn it.
Death! Look at Aurora!
So, I'm very excited. It is 100% official, but on my phone today, on Thursday morning, on my live stream, I will in fact be joined by the one and only well, you know. Yes, that's right. Mr. How do you say it? Intereme. Man, I can never get his name right. Manu Intereme is in fact going to be on the live stream on Thursday morning. And thank you, Jaeger. Obviously, I already got Thomas's super chat because that's why I played Feces and Lorehead. Thank you, my friend. And I will get to the chat in just a minute, but the super chats, obviously, I got to give priority to. So Jaeger says, the trouble with being born makes the route for the machines from Skynet to exact its vengeance against the degenerate humanity for all the robot abuse. That's the trouble with being born? And by the way, you can't tell, this is actually a cloaking device, but since it's in a tinted glass, you can still see it. But it's invisible, really. Anyway, so yes, I'm very excited. I got to tell you guys, it's the weirdest thing, the weirdest feeling in the world to actually get a text message on your phone from an actual Hollywood actor. I mean, that's just like the weirdest thing. But yeah, Manu texted me actually just about an hour ago, making some final arrangements for the live stream that's going to take place Thursday morning. So I'm very, very excited. And stop with the booger crap, please. So yeah, so Manu, it's Manu Inte Reme. That's I listened to him say it in an interview, and I'm trying to remember it because I don't want to butcher his name when I first introduce him on Thursday morning. What time Thursday morning? It will be at about 3 a.m. Eastern. That's midnight California time. And if you're not in the United States, you'll have to do the math. And the reason for the oddball time is that is approximately 1 hour after the new Picard episode premieres. And so, you guys, most of you know, I've been doing a live stream every Wednesday or every Thursday morning. And strangely enough, those have been my most successful live streams in recent times. They're the ones I have the most audience there. And I think it's because people want to get that first reaction to the Picard episode. And so having Manu on there is going to be really cool. He did say that he's okay talking about the whole Egypt thing. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And so joining me on the panel, assuming that they can get themselves up at that hour, will be Birdo Prey 5, as well as Captain Foley from Trek Yards. So I'm very, very excited. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and I can't wait. And by the way, big props to Orville Nation. PJ from Orville Nation introduced me to Manu and basically got the ball rolling on this. So thank you, PJ. I owe you big time on that. Now, the other thing, as far as the other reason for the title, and I know somebody already called out, I think it was Thomas, already called out the fact that Joe Biden, and I busted out laughing when Joe Biden said that 150 million people have died in gun violence in the United States since 2007. I was like, wait a minute, that's like half the population of the country. Are you telling me that half the country has been culled in gun violence in the last, what's that, 13 years? Really? So I absolutely busted up laughing, but that's just Biden, right? Biden, he says stupid things sometimes, and that's okay. But the thing that really got me, and I haven't heard anybody mention this, but it really, really got me. If what Bernie Sanders said was said by a person of the other political party in this country, they would have probably been called a racist, and they would be borderline accurate in saying so, because it is kind of an interesting racial assumption that Bernie Sanders made. So here's what he said during the debate tonight. Is the question had to do with the decriminalization of marijuana, because Bernie Sanders, of course, said that on day one he will decriminalize it nationally, effectively legalizing it for all 50 states. Which, fine, I'm totally fine with that. And so they asked Bernie about this, and of course, some of the other candidates said your standard kind of answers about how, well, yes, but we also need to put money into drug rehab programs and stuff like that. But that's not what Bernie said. No. After Bernie said how he said we need to because Mr. Mouse, this is too funny, and I can't wait until Sunday to talk about this. We need to completely decriminalize it, right? So that's step one. B, he will issue a across-the-board pardon for every single person convicted of possession, right? And then C, and I am not making this up, put $50 billion into starting up black and Latino-owned businesses to sell marijuana. Think about that for a minute. He's basically saying, yeah, all you black people and Latinos are drug dealers, so we'll help you do it. Bernie, I love you, man. You are crazy. You are freaking crazy. I can't believe you actually said that. I was oh man. Yeah, not racist at all. Not at all. I mean, I could just see the commercials. Are you black and you're unemployed? No worries. How about a promising future in drug dealing? All right. So to the chat. I know I'm way behind in the chat already, but I'm very, very excited about the Manu thing. I really am. I'm just, that's why, I'm so excited about that. That's just really cool. And of course, the debate was just hilarious. And Stephen Edwards throws $10 in. Thank you so much, Stephen. And it says, look at the history of drug laws, while they're made to target minorities. Only the white guys are making money right now with the dispensary system. Think of the drug war, think of it as drug war reparations. I get that, but I get that that's probably where his heart was at when he was saying it. But you don't say legalize this drug and, forgive people that were convicted of crimes involving this drug, and then people of certain ethnic groups were going to help you sell this drug. So, yeah. All right, so back to the chat we go. DJ says first, although he said it just before I started the stream. Thomas says hi right when I started the stream, so he is technically first. Chrono says it's showtime. Mr. Miles says I'm Omni first, which is, of course, true. Mr. Miles is Omni first. Life with Matthew says, yes, he did or did not. What are we talking about? Well, I just explained that, and good to see Matthew, as always. And Benny says, hello, y'all. And Joe says, what did Sanders say now, which I just explained. Mr. Miles says, all the other firsts are mere seconds to the Omni first. That is true. Afternoon, Anti-Trekker and fellow nerd, says Renegade, how you doing? Hail, Anti-Trekker, says Wes, how you doing, Wes? And then the chat jumped because it's so freaking far behind. Hopefully it didn't go so far that I can't read it. All right, there we go. And I am only reading the stuff that has my name on it. Sorry if I missed something, but yeah, I'm so far behind already. Chrono says, may I call you Captain Trips? I suppose you could. Chrono says, I still haven't pooped. Well, you will sooner. Everybody poops eventually. I always win. Multi-Gunman says, how's it going? Which I already said outstanding, mainly because of the Manu thing. Not last, but Zeroth, how are you, sir? I'm hanging in there, Jeff, and thank you. Average Jeff says, greetings, oh great Turtistani. Place my phone at the far end of the room, ready for your extreme close-ups. Knock yourself out. Okay, so I'll just do this for the rest of the stream then. How's that? Should I just be like right up in there? Saw a bird of prey today. I saw birds of prey today. Didn't like it very much. I thought you meant bird. I didn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that one. Maybe when it comes out on home video. DJ says Anti-Tracker got gummies. I wish. Admiral Saval says Anti-Tracker makes you go. Anti-Tracker. Yeah, okay. No promises I can be there for the interview show. I will try though. Well, Kronos, if you can't be there for the actual show, it will stay public. I'm definitely, and I may, if there's some really good segments, I may chop that up into individual videos because I don't want people to miss it. Defiant 15E says, good evening, Anti-Trekker, here tonight with all pulse phaser cannons firing. Saw your letter to YouTube the other day. You clean up nice. Thank you, my friend, and to all the crew of the Defiant 15E. Thank you. even though the Defiant is still an ugly ship, but it is a badass ugly ship. Loving the Anti-Checker Reigns parody. Any chance we can get that Equinox fired up and man who loves his Jeep get the Equinox fired up and get man who loves his Jeep for a music video. I'm not sure what you mean there. Man who loves his Jeep. Is that one of Aberjam's songs? Because I'm having trouble keeping up with them all. Valor says, Mr. Miles always first, I'm always awesome, and Auntie steals the show, always, and is forever cuter than Baby Yoda. Well, she's always sleeping, that's for sure. Jeff says, fantastic. I assume you're talking about Manu. Wow. Manny. There's Thomas's $10. Thank you so much, Thomas. I do appreciate it. Captain Redneck's in the house. I don't have my Captain Redneck greeting yet, but I will eventually. I only have Captain Foley and Alexander ready. Jeff says, I'm riding pretty high myself these days. Well, not that kind of high. Clock hit 0. Let's go. DJ says, pretty good. Glad I don't have to wrench this big announcement. Glad I don't have a wrench this big announcement Anti-Checker is making. LOL. Well, yeah, well, you know what? Now you got a wrench. Yeah, that's right, DJ. You got a wrench. And by the way, let me say this to all my mods that are here. If you can make it for the Thursday morning live stream, please do. I'm going to need all the mods I can get there because there will, I understand there's a little bit of controversy when it comes to Manu and one of the cast members of Discovery. And some of the things said over the alleged things that another actor did. Now, I will tell you that we will talk about why he wasn't on Picard as Ichab. That's going to come up. However, this is not going to be a deep dive into the personal lives of Kevin Spacey or Anthony Rapp or any of that crap, okay? That's not what this is going to be about. I will ask him the question, he can answer it, but I'm not going to be getting into, what did Kevin Spacey do or anything. No, we're not going to get into that. And so if people start getting into that in the chat, I need you guys, the moderators, to shut it down fast. All right, I don't want anybody banned unless they're actually doing the spamming thing, but just time them out if people start bringing that up, because that's not fair to the people who will not be there. All right, this is not meant to be an attack against Anthony Rapp. I understand that people have their opinions on it, but that's not going to be the point. Anyway, let's see, where was I? Captain Trek says hi. How you doing, Captain Trek? Darren says, no close-ups using the NPR voice, you sick codger. Sorry, my friend. Sorry. Thomas says, Biden said 150 million Americans died from gun violence. That is true. He actually did say that. Wow. Well, I'll be hog-tied and dipped in Crisco. Well, Piano Dean, I don't want to see you hog-tied and dipped in Crisco. I'm just saying that's probably not something I need to see. And I believe that was Nightbreeze just threw in a donation. Let me bring up my dashboard because, like an idiot, I didn't bring it up before the show because I'm so excited about what's going to happen over the next couple of days. But I'm also, man, tomorrow's going to be kind of crazy. Says, don't forget to set live chat, hit the like, turn on notifications, tell your friends, donate to Auntie's Treats, down with Kuroga, and death to disco. Indeed, my friend. Although I'm set to top chat and I'm so far behind, I don't dare switch it to live chat or I'll lose half the chat. But thank you. I will switch if and when I get caught up. Just says, is this the super chat show? Well, I always like it when you super chat, but it's not required. It just means that if you super chat, I guarantee that I'll be able to get to your chat. If you don't super chat, then, depending on how far behind I get, I may not get to it if I wrap up the show. That's the one advantage to super chatting, is that I guarantee you that I will read your chat, unless you put in the super chat after I hit the stop stream button. Because some people like to throw in a super chat right at the last second, and if they time it off based on the delay, they may think I'm still streaming, but on my end, I've already stopped it. Ralph says, Kapla, or as the Zenditirity would say, Culture. And I still don't know where they're from. I know you mentioned that the other day. Bird's acting is so cracking me up. Oh, it's Academy Award winning stuff. Night Breeze just got the notification. Well, I am glad you are here, my friend. Sci-Fi says, the Midnight Turd. Howdy, my friend and fellow nerds. Hey, Sci-Fi. Thomas says, Ensign Ricky has a wonderful site with Star Trek Star Chart. He put the link on Discord in general. I suggest you download it. Well, Ensign Ricky can send it directly to me. Was Lorehead and Feces playing Besieged on Bird's bed? Yeah, I think so. And if you don't get that joke, you should check out Bird of Prey 5. He's really fun to watch playing video games. Besieged, for those of you that don't know, is a game where you basically, the goal of the game is generally to break things or to solve a puzzle. And so Bird was trying to solve a puzzle, and this is the actual audio. I'm not making this up. This is the actual audio of Bird solving a puzzle in a game about engineering and construction.
How are we going to be able to get it in the hole? That's the question. That is the million-dollar question. It's not as easy to get in the hole as you think. Okay, come on. Come on, get. Ah, shit. Well, it was a valiant attempt. But yeah, I think we're gonna need something a little more specialized. Although, we could try to back it in. Come on. Come on. So close. Ah. God damn it. Yes. Oh God, so close. Come on, just go in. Just go in. Oh yes, the tip is in. That counts. That totally counts. Okay. Ah, God damn it. Okay. Okay, come on. No. We're right there. Right there. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Yes! Hallelujah! Ah, fuck yeah.
So that is actually audio of Bird playing a puzzle game. Jeff says, get closer, I can barely see your face. I'll try to. You have a booger. Yeah. I'm tired of the booger thing. You have something hanging from your nose. Very funny. I'll be down of town this Thursday, so my Picard live stream will definitely be on Friday this week. Well, Live with Matthew, if I can, I will join you. If I can't, well, then I won't. Ralph says, you can't fool me. This is a trap for Icheb. It is definitely not a trap. I am very excited about having Icheb on. And speaking of people that I was thanking earlier, Orville Nation throws $5 into the chat. Thank you so much, PJ. And it says, having Manu on after Picard is gold. That's going to be super interesting. Congrats, my friend. No, thank you, Orville. Thank you so much. And I already said it earlier, but it's you get all the credit for arranging for him and I to meet. Hello. And I am just really, really excited. And then June Wong also puts $2 Australian and says, hello. I will have what Birdo Prey 5 is having. Well, June, here's the good news. As you know, you are Australian. And what that means is, of course, we need some Australian bird.
They're all effed up down there. And, you think Foster's is Australian beer, but it's shit? No, we drink koala beer here. That's the good beer.
Yes, Lucaroga!
Yes, koala beer is apparently what they drink in Australia. Who knew? So, Josh says, your close-up face almost as terrifying as Bird forgetting to turn off his camera when he jalojas. Wow. Wow, that's just mean. I imagine Manu is getting all sorts of interview requests. He might be, but, you know, he's on my show, so damn it, I'm excited. What time Thursday morning? I already answered that, but it will be at 3 a.m. Eastern. Midnight West Coast time. Manu Nanu, I'll bet you he's never heard that one before. Daniel says, hey, Trigger, I just watched Star Trek TNG Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and 2 and Time Zero 1 and 2. Very cool. I like Best of Both Worlds 1 and 2. Not the biggest fan of Time Zero. Just saying. Wow, I'm jealous you get to talk to someone who's actually been within a couple of feet of Jerry Ryan. Indeed, and I will definitely be asking him about that, because I can only imagine. I mean, he was like 18 to 20 years old when he was cast as Ichib, so I'm just thinking about being a young 18 to 20-year-old full of those hormones and being in the same room as Jerry effing Ryan in the 7 of 9 catsuit. How? Oh, man, I mean, did they have to put extra Borg parts just to hide the constant problem that he would have? DJ says, I call BS anti-tracker. Hollywood actors don't get up that early. Well, no, he'll be up, but keep in mind, he is in California, so it's midnight for him. And so, and that's why I was excited, because he did say before that he wanted to do that particular stream. And so then I sent him the details as far as the times, and I was like gritting my teeth thinking he's going to say, well, maybe not. But instead, yeah, he texted me and said, all right, we're good. So what did Comrade Bernie say? I'll watch the highlights from the communist debate tomorrow. I have some more important things. Basically, black people and Latino people should be drug dealers. Sci-Fi Nation says, you're effing welcome for helping set up the interview, even though my name never came up. Okay. You confused me. John the former president, Alexander will be ecstatic, only a degree of separation from 7. Oh, that's true. If Alexander's there, he will go crazy. He will definitely be asking about 7's powerful shirt, I'm sure. Congrats on the Ichib interview. Now, where's the Hulk? SC says, hey, yo. Hey, congrats on the big news. Thank you, Jeff. Piano Dean is laughing. Yeah, you're laughing now, Piano Dean. You're laughing now. I think Antrager is working for Bejazel. Actually, I like, so Commander Cockings on Trek Yards today called her Vajazel, and so I've come to the conclusion that that's simply Snoop Dogg's name for a certain part of the female anatomy. Those damn guns, yes. Biden is smirt. You should listen to him. I guess so. The great culling has begun. Indeed, apparently half of America has been wiped out in gun violence in just the last 13 years. The real big announcement is that Turkestan is surrendering to Kuroga. No, never going to happen, because eventually I always win. Because everybody poops. Biden said yesterday he was running for the Senate. Jeff says, and most of the time he was the VP. That's Uncle Joe. Indeed, yeah, Uncle Joe is kind of crazy. Mr. Miles says, why are you talking politics? Well, I already explained that. John says, Biden also said he's running for Senate, which should check him out for vote for the other Biden. SC says, don't let commies take your rights away. Well, I don't think that they're commies, but yeah, I just think that I don't think that Bernie has a chance, and that's the thing. I understand Bernie's got some populist kind of ideas, but if Biden or if Bernie actually got the nomination, that would spell certain doom for the Democrats. Honestly, the Democrats need, in order to win, the Democrats need a moderate. I personally think only like Bloomberg could possibly win. And same with, I can't remember her name, but the woman who is not Elizabeth Warren. I personally think any adult should be allowed to buy and consume Pircoet or something like it if they choose. I don't even know what that is. SC says Burns been smoking too much 420 himself. I agree. What is Biden smoking? I think Biden's been smoking something out of Bernie's back pocket. Biden says he's running for Senate instead of the president. Well, of course he is. Darren says, Checker, as the first racist thing said by a Democrat, that's the fact that someone on his team read that talking point and said, great, says volumes. I know. It's just so funny to me. Anna, that Star Wars girl, ripped Picard episode 5 to shreds, so I ripped her a new one, ripped her to shreds. I'll bet she will cry. I don't think she will cry, Daniel. She's made of tougher stuff than you're giving her credit for. And, but here's the thing. I know she doesn't like Picard. That's perfectly okay. She's perfectly within her rights to not like it. I disagree with her on a lot of it, but, you know, I do think Picard has a couple of very serious problems, and one of them one of them in particular, if they do not fix, they're gonna start losing my support, because it's really beginning to bother me, and that is the outright nihilism in the Star Trek verse right now. England's like, wait, we're allowed to talk politics now, yay! Well, just because of the grabs his MAGA hat. Yeah, just talking about the Democratic debate a little bit, and not in depth. Hold my beer and watch this. Uh-oh. It's 11:26. How long till he catches up? I'm about 18 minutes behind right now, so I'm making some progress. DJ says, back away from the cam. You look like Alexander when you do that. Oh, okay. I'll try to remember. Vile Mike says, wow, I see 13 blackheads on your nose. You know what that means, right? You got a great camera. Yeah, I do really like this camera. I think you can definitely see the difference in quality. And I can't wait to, continue to work on improving things around here. Eventually, I want to actually build up some shelves and stuff behind me like most YouTubers do with stuff that you guys have sent me. I can't give any official announcements yet, but the 3D printing thing, keep your eyes open. It's coming soon. What is Manu? Manu is an actor. He played Ichab in Star Trek Voyager, as well as reprising his role in the fan film Renegades. And he's done a few other projects as well, but he's mostly well known for playing Ichab. At least within nerds. Piano Need says, Bernie wants Spinning Spock, but he wants everyone else in the chat to pay for it. No, he just wants the rich people to pay for it. But here's what he wants. Like, and I'm going to pick on one of the guys here because England DG, great guy, and I know he does fairly well for himself, right? Because he's a smart guy. He does computer networking, and he's actually a brilliant guy when it comes to that stuff. So he does fairly well financially. So what Bernie wants is for every single person that ever comes onto the live stream, like there's 95 people right now, so every single one of them should get their own personal mega chat donation. So that's $10. But England DG should have to pay for it all. That's what Bernie wants. Aberjam says, news just in, Birds X1 has surpassed the coronavirus as the world's most infectious disease. That is a crazy audio clip. And the funny thing is, he is just playing that stupid game. And Laughable Larry put in a donation. Thank you so much, Laughable Larry. Puts in $5, says, here's some support for you. Enjoy. I truly appreciate it, my friend. You guys and I know I say this a lot, but I absolutely mean it. Is when I know that you guys can do whatever you want with your money, and when you choose to give it to the channel to help me out, to help out Mrs. Anti-Trekker, or even just to help pay for the stuff that we have to pay for around here, it means so much to me, because I know that you guys, you guys are just great. I love you guys, and I think you guys know that. And when you guys are able to show it, you guys show it. But the thing is, and for those of you that are thinking it, never ever feel bad. I know I get messages all the time from people saying, oh, I wish I could give to you, but I can't afford. No pressure whatsoever. While it always blows me away and makes my heart feel good whenever you guys do give, it doesn't mean you have to give. right? If you know, you don't have to give. And I always tell people, don't give if you can't afford to. Take care of yourself first. Then, if you have a couple of shekels left over, then you can throw them my way. And I'm perfectly okay in accepting that, because eventually I do want to do this full time. And in order to do that, I need to have the equipment and everything and all that. King of the Void says, after I keep coming back to your streams, man, you think you would ever do a review of the old Battletech cartoon? Maybe eventually. That's one of those things that would have to wait until I'm doing this full time, though, because right now I don't have time. And now Sci-Fi Nation wants me to check Twitter. Jerk. This better be important, Sci-Fi Nation. All right. Let's see. What's this? It's like a music video or something.
Pina colada peeing, making my rounds to keep the Humpty girls happy. If you miss me, I was laying in the cut, wrecking big butts and scratching my knee.
Okay, so there you go. That's what Sci-Fi Nation's into. Let's see, in England saying, yeah, Chuck has an interview with the dude that plays Ichab. Indeed. Thomas says, I will be there. I know you will, Thomas, because you'll be at work and, you know, listening in. Sci-Fi Nation says, I need a wrench. I think I gave you one like 20 minutes ago. England DG says, what time? Again, it is at 3 Eastern. 3 a.m. Eastern is when the actual live stream will be. And that's midnight West Coast time and whatever the hell that is in Europe. And Candace puts in $2. Thank you so much, Candace. Says, I hate politics. That's okay. You know me. I don't talk about politics often. I just thought it was funny what Bernie said and what Biden said. But that's as far as it goes. I'm not going to get into a big political diatribe. By the way, I did not vote for Hillary and I did not vote for Trump last time. That's as far as I'll go as far as talking about the last election. I did vote, but not for either of those two. And then the Fed throws 10 Australian dollars in. Thank you so much. An example for Sanders lovers. The beauty of capitalism in action. You provide quality, you get paid. Natural. So take my money, Yankee. Throw the spinner Spock for Koala O'Prey. Feeling generous. Thank you so much, my friend. And there's the official announcement for your $10. I truly appreciate it. And of course, as you know, first of all, we'll do the spinning of Spock. We'll do it in the same order you'd said. And of course, we all know.
Death to Kataroga!
Thank you, Chancellor. We all know what it means when an Australian gives.
No, it's not made of koala. It's made of rue. But it's brewed. It's brewed manly. like our like our forefathers who came here as criminals and settled this savage land.
The amazing thing about the Aussie O'Prey segments that I cut to every now and then, that is in no way edited for content. I didn't take things out of context or anything. That is Bird of Prey just going on for several minutes about his Australian roots and koala beer and how Tasmanians are all like, I'm not sure what he said about that, something bad about Tasmanians. Anyway, he's saying all this stuff, and and all I did was add the music and slow it down a little bit for timing. So yeah. You're looking a little blue. Am I looking a little blue? I can adjust that. I'm still playing with the lighting and everything, because the funny thing is, like, on this monitor, it looks a little different than on this monitor. So, like, if I can warm it up a little bit like that, you tell me if you think that looks better. You Valor says, you scooped Midnight's Edge. They wanted him on their show. LOL, congratulations on that. I didn't know about that, but I will definitely be bragging about that when I'm on Midnight's Edge tomorrow night. I will definitely be bragging about that while I'm on Midnight's Edge tomorrow night. But no, I didn't know that. And so I'm so excited. I am really, really excited. And Trace puts a $1.99, says, new subscriber, enjoying your late night streams. Thank you, Trace. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad the nighttime streams are actually doing well for a couple of reasons. One, I have to do them late because of my work schedule, and so I can't do them when I used to do them, which was several hours earlier. And two, there's nobody doing streams at this hour that I'm competing with, except for occasionally Sci-Fi Nation or DJ and stuff. But like, none of the big guys are doing streams at this hour, so I don't have to worry about not getting anybody over here because everybody's watching Doomcock or Nerdrotic or something. So I'm thank you. And look at this, we got 100 people watching, just crazy. All right. And back to the chat. Jeff says, message received. Will there be support? We'll be there to support you on the big show Thursday morning. Thank you, Jeff. Chrono says, don't forget about the live chat. I know, I gotta remember that for that one for sure. We need a Dear Mrs. Antitrigger like Bird has Dear Bop without the trolling of Bird, but without the trolling of Bird. You know, we've talked about doing that. The problem is that it would be serious, and I don't know if anybody would really want that. But we've talked about it. Mrs. Antitrigger's willing to do it. So we could definitely get that going. Auntie doesn't need you to do anything to steal the show. That's true. She just sleeps and everybody loves her. You idiot, says Sci-Fi Nation. Okay. Darren says, are you going to be on Mead tomorrow night too? Yes, I'm going to be on Mead as usual tomorrow night at 6. And so I will be, bragging about, having Manu on, because yes. Have I missed the big announcement? Well, yes, but I can say it again, Contum. It is absolutely official, so that Manu Intereme will be on my live stream Thursday morning, 3 a.m. Eastern time, assuming that, because I do have to call him at like 11 o'clock Western to remind him. But hopefully if he doesn't sleep through it, that would be really embarrassing. If like everybody's excited about him coming on and then he's like doesn't show up. That would be the absolute most, well, being more embarrassing for him than me, I guess. Nightbreeze puts in another buck, says, let the chat vote HypnoTurd with vocal fry or HypnoTurd without vocal fry. So there you go. So in the chat you can put, oh crap, man, hold on just a minute, that messed up. And why did that do that? Went back. All right, so in the chat right now, if I can get that screen to load. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you want vocal fry, a 2 in the chat if you do not want vocal fry. 1, you do want vocal fry. 2, you do not. Chrono says exclamation point. Darth Maul says 1. Chrono says 1. All right, everybody wants vocal fry except for... Well, now we got a couple of 2s, but the 1s are running away with it. And DJ wants 3, whatever that means. All right, so let's see. So we got to go back over here and turn that off. All hail the HypnoTurd. You totally have to give yourself to the HypnoTurd. The Hypnoturd is totally the bestest ever, because the Hypnoturd is beating up the patriarchy, because the patriarchy's bad, and I don't need 40-year-old white men to tell me about the Hypnoturd.
Yes! Lucarora!
Thank you, Chancellor. All right, back to the chat we go. That's a morning stream? Ha ha ha. Well, yeah. Super chat shows when Edgetracker is trying to end the stream. That's true. Richie says, are you going to get Egypt to say death to Kuroga? Well, actually, Bird will probably be on the panel, so probably not. But if Bird doesn't show up, then you betcha. Because, you know, Egypt's a good guy, so we want him to be on the side of Turkestan. Violet Mike says, can you ask Manu if he thinks that his involvement in Star Trek Renegades has something to do with him not being asked to reprise Egypt? I will probably be asking him a little bit about the Renegades thing. I'll definitely be asking him about first of all, I have not heard anything directly as to whether he was asked or not. I've heard people say, well, I heard and people and stuff, but I've never heard anything direct. I'm going to ask him straight out, were you asked? And then we can take it from there. I don't think there's anything wrong with supporting the idea that Kevin Spacey should get a fair trial. I don't, like I said, I don't know the whole detail of it, so that's the thing. I don't know the drama. I only know that there is drama between him and Anthony Rapp, and I am not going to try to make this even though I can't stand Star Trek Discovery, I'm not going to let the show turn into an anti-Anthony Rapp thing, because that's not fair to Anthony Rapp. If Anthony Rapp wants to come on the show with Manu and have a discussion about it, that could be really awesome, but I don't see that happening. Bird likes young, strong men confirmed. Well, yeah, we knew that. We absolutely knew that. Let's see. Oh, and that was Manu. That's kind of funny. He just, don't want to show you his phone number, but yeah, he just texted me. We were talking about the requirements for his computer. Why does Captain Foley and Bird rate for your panel? LOL. Well, Captain Foley actually knows Manu already, and Captain Foley is a friend. Bird actually is a friend as well, and I thought that they would be two interesting personalities to bring on, and I've worked with both of them enough to know that they're not going to say anything out of left field. Like, I know that if I have Ensign Ricky on, now I love Ensign Ricky, but I guarantee you he'll say something that would probably offend men, so I don't want that to happen. Just messing with you. Mr. Mouse says, hearing this with just audio is wrong. Multi-Gunman says, Bird always trying to get into the hole. Yeah, that is so bad. Oh no, I'm getting terrible images of my brain. New super chat. Yes. Is Renegades canon? No, it is a fan film, so it definitely is not canon. It's, but it was a fan film made before the CBS crackdown on fan films. So there was no issue at that point with having actual Trek actors and stuff. The tip counts, I know. Ralph says, maybe Biden was having a flashback to the Civil War, but that was only 616,222 to a million dead. Yeah, I know. But no, 150 million dead. That's fact. We're also very tired of looking at the booger. What? And Jared Blaze Bird of Prey clip, auto demonetization. Yes, that's probably true. Thank you so much, my friend. The fact that you respect me enough to say you're going live means the world to me. No problem, Sci-Fi. Well, we are friends, right? We're all one community here, and I don't want to, purposely step on your toes. So when I'm logging in, if I see, and sometimes it just doesn't pop up in your suggestions, but I saw your live stream pop up in my suggestions, so I was like, oh, better go tell them. Now, Vivian walked in during the Bird of Prey audio and turned around and said, I don't want to know, and walked out, and now is playing Star Trek Online a little bit louder than usual. Well, you should play it for, what you need to do is put on some soft, romantic music, and then, play that. All right, let's see. Let's find some romantic music to put that to. We're gonna do a little experiment right now live. This is like probably the dumbest thing ever, but I'm going to Epidemic Sound, which is where I get my music from. And I'm going to do a search for romantic. And, well, let's see, not a folk song. We want, let's see, how does this one sound? That's not romantic. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. Probably a little loud. Let me see if where's the volume. There's got to be a way to turn the volume down on this thing. How do I turn the volume down on this? Wow, is there really seriously no? Alright, well, we'll just have to download it. So, download full mix. And open. There we go. Alright, so, now we got our beats going. You know, getting a little hot and bothered. Getting a little hot and heavy. Oh, yeah, there we go.
How are we going to be able to get it in the hole? That's the question. That is the million-dollar question. It's not as easy to get in the hole as you think. Okay, come on. Come on. Get. Ah, shit. Well. It was a valiant attempt. But yeah, I think we're gonna need something a little more specialized. Although, we could try to back it in. Come on. Come on. So close. Ah. God damn it. Yes. Oh God, so close. Come on, just go in. Just go in. Oh yes, the tip is in. That counts. That totally counts. Okay. Ah! God. Okay, come on. No. We're right there. Right there. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Yes! Hallelujah! Ah, fuck yeah.
There we go. Wow. That worked out even worse than I expected. Koala beer is news to us Australians. Well, apparently it's been around for a while. The Manu is the kind of guy who Manu the kind of guy who prefers women. Might want to verify that before you ask him about raging teenage hormones and Jerry Ryan's katsu. Well, you know what? He could, if he says, "Well, I'm not into that kind of thing," I'll be like, "Oh, okay. Didn't know. No big deal." Sean throws $5 in, and thank you so much, Sean. I truly appreciate that, especially after we just listened to Bird of Prey 5 and his gameplay. Says, I hear there's an alien in the next Picard episode with 12 nipples. Sounds crazy. Doesn't tit. Wow. That, seriously? Seriously? That's that's so bad that hurt. And the Fed throws five Australian dollars in, says, fairly certain this sort of music is rightly against the Geneva Convention. I think you're right, but you know what it means since you are Australian. According to international law, I mean, this is not my choice. This really is not my choice. This is international law. I have to play this.
I have got to go on a walkabout to to go see the big red rock in the Outback. And this week at Outback, we're having Outback special with 2 lobster tails, $17.99. Ask your waiter.
Wow, so I guess Bird thinks that Outback is real Australian food. So, okay. Man of Sand says, I once saw an interview with actor Ricky Schroeder and was confessing his huge hormonal reaction to his lovely older co-star Aaron Gray, who do yoga, stretching, and exercises on set. I'll bet. Jedi Wanderer of the Moonlight's in the house, says, hey, what's up and how's the dog? It's sleeping. Yes, she is diligently sleeping as always. Defiant says, do you think we will see any or any new Federation starships in Picard? I want to, but I honestly don't know if we're going to see anything that's not in a flashback or something. Which is frankly a little disappointing. Is Alexander ever here for Thursday? Yeah, he's been here, so yeah. First you got Drunk Foley to show up on the stream. Now Ichib, who's next? Burnham, no, Kirk or Spinning Spock. I would, honestly, I'll tell you. Would I have Sonequa Martin Green on the show? Absolutely, I would. Would I be respectful to her? Absolutely, I would. But I would also be quite, I would ask her what she thinks of the Phantom Menace, and I would probably correct her on a few misconceptions, like that we're all a bunch of racists and homophobes and stuff, that we just don't particularly like the structure of Discovery. And so I think, I would actually probably try to have a really good conversation with her and try to convince her that we're not all a bunch of racists just because we don't think that Discovery is the best Trek show. Thomas says, John Adams, 2020. If only, my friend. Sci-Fi says, Bloomberg is a Republican. Well, that's what the other Democrats are trying to say, that's for sure. England says she actually did well tonight. I'm not sure who you're the one the female that was not Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, she actually did do okay. Charles says, I just watched the 3-part Enterprise episode with Brent Spiner in its 4th season. Dang, the show did turn into good Trek. Yeah, Enterprise really did. Unfortunately, it was too little too late, but really did get good. I think if the 1st season had been more like the 4th season, it may well have saved Trek, but yeah, too little too late. Bloomberg said in the debate tonight that he bought 21 seats in Congress in 2016. That's going to come back to bite him. Probably. What about Mayor Peter? Peter Buttigieg. He's funny. I like it when Colin Jost plays him on Saturday Night Live. And I know his name isn't Buttigieg, but I can't help it because I can't remember his real name. And unfortunately, the chat jumped, and I couldn't scroll it all the way back, so I apologize if I missed your chat. There's literally nothing I can do about it. Antrigger, you're a bit too liberal for my politics, but I do enjoy your show. Wow, I'm too liberal? You definitely don't know me that well then. Because I'm definitely not a liberal. Well, look, I don't get into politics on my show very much. I'm what I consider myself a classical liberal, also a small, lowercase L libertarian, basically. Ozzy says in all caps, Ichib! Indeed, I cannot wait. Chrono says Sci-Fi is abusing his wrench. Just kidding, he's behaving. Well, if he did, don't worry, we'll take care of that. Fierzino, butchering your name, says, last election I voted for Bonzo and Ronald McDonald if I was stuck voting for clowns. I never got into like political bumper stickers and stuff, but I actually put one up on my car last time and it said, neither won 2016. Chrono says, it's like watching somebody get a stroke in slow-mo. Wow. Fun fact, Somerset Strikers Battletech cartoon is hated by Battletech community as a whole, and the writers also who also decides what is canon doesn't see it as canon. Well, that's interesting. Josh says, did the Fed doc mean Uberchat #1 spinning Spock spinning AOC Spock's or death of disco? Oh, was that what he meant? If he meant that, well, let me see. Was that one?
This is CNN.
Enough about politics. I'm hot. I'm gonna dance for you. So
So yes, and yes, the ghost was Joshua's little way of doing a tribute. Thank you, Chancellor, to Leonard Nimoy. Why does Bird always look stoned in his singing? Because, well, little secret, Bird is always stoned. Daniel says, Kowalski says, Section 31 delayed till 2021. It's kind of sad, but then again, the later it comes out, the better it may look, because technology is always adapting. I think that it's delayed because the new Viacom overlords of CBS are going to decide whether or not it's going to happen at all. And I think there's a good chance that it will not happen. Just being honest about it. Chrono says, what is a sci-fi nation? Well, sci-fi nation, my friend, is a nationality dedicated to science fiction fans. Matt Deckard said, so this is your channel. Yes, indeed. You look a little magenta, but overall the color balance is not bad. Well, you see, that's the thing. I got to get used to, and I haven't adjusted any of the settings in the camera itself yet. I'm still learning this stuff because I've never had this particular type of camera. Here's a fun thing I can do. So if I go in here and turn off the link, so I could like make one of them hot and the other cold, so that now it's really weird. Woo, I'm like 3D. Wait, Joe Biden is still alive? Apparently, yes. SC says, are you equating a hero's journey with nihilism? Are you equating a hero's journey with nihilism? Don't the good guys have to fight the bad? Even Kirk had to double leg kick some Klingons. Yeah, Kirk would double leg kick the Klingons, but the thing is that Kirk was not a nihilist. So no, I'm not equating the hero's journey to nihilism. Quite the opposite, in fact. Nihilism is antithetical to the hero's journey because you're not a hero if you're a nihilist. And I'm sorry, I know there are people that disagree with that, but I'm just going to say I disagree with you if you, in fact, want to argue about that. Because nihilism, in my opinion, is fundamentally evil. Because nihilism has no regard for human life, no regard for morality. There is no right and wrong on any kind of grand scheme. And so, yeah, you're not a hero, you're not a villain, you're just doing whatever you're doing. Yeah. And JP says, Mana gonna stand you up. Wow. Manu gonna stand you up. That's just mean, JP. I hope not. Ensign Ricky said -2 for some reason. I still like Captain Marvel, says Kronos. Oh, hey, I didn't hate Captain Marvel. Josh Street says 010110101 or 101001110. Ah, you see, but the thing you're not taking into account, Josh, is 0011011012. Thomas says, maybe focus on his time in Voyager. Well, we'll definitely talk about his time on Voyager. And also see what he wants to talk about. You know, he may have upcoming projects that he wants to talk about, his opinion on the state of sci-fi or Trek. You know, I'll be open, just like, you know, but, you know, do keep in mind I'll be focusing on Manu and not you guys as much, so sorry. Thoughts on Disney caving to the fandom? If you mean Iger resigning, I haven't seen the details on that, so I don't know anything about that at this point, other than that it happened. If you're talking about the fact that The Mandalorian was not woke, or that Rise of Skywalker had an apology from Luke Skywalker, I think it's great. Captain Foley knows everybody, I've noticed. Yes, he does. Man, my allergies are killing me today. Guess we aren't trustworthy enough friends for Anti-Trekker. What are you talking about, DJ? Is Auntie asleep? Auntie is always asleep. Except for when, you know, she... watch it. Auntie, you want a treat? See, that'll get her up. She'll get up for a treat, but then now watch. You see, she'll finish chewing up her treat. She's like, that treat's good, right? And then 5, 4, 3, 2, and she's out. That's just, yeah, that's good old Auntie. She is an incredible sleeper. All right, so hold on just a second. I will be right back.
Well, I will tell you that Ozzy will pray and my cousin in Ireland, who's Darth Revan's cousin, they do sound a lot alike. I will grant you that. There's not a lot.
Hello, world. Helps if I unmute. And Therazino or something like that put $5 in, says, Andrew, you pronounced my name correctly. Woot! I probably butchered it that time, though. But thank you, Therazino. I'm not sure what your name means, but it's awesome that you were willing to share your $5 with me, because I am a greedy bastard, so thank you. And actually there I used Osteopray for his original purpose, which is like, I needed to, my allergies are really killing me tonight, so I need to blow my nose, so I figured you guys don't want to watch and listen to me blow my nose, so you'd rather watch Bird of Prey. Will you be able to change the Enterprise background to Voyager, Bridge, or Borg theme? Yeah, we're actually working on that right now, Darth. That romantic music sounds more seedy. Well, it's Karogan romance. You got to keep that in mind. Romance for Nerds, music on Epidemic Sound. Is that is that an actual song? So let's look it up. So let's see, Epidemic Sound. It's called Romantic for Nerds. All right, so search for Romantic for Nerds. Yeah, it comes up with literally nothing. Yeah, Romance for Nerds comes up with nothing as well. And now turn to very eerily creepy. Not sure. Oh, are you talking about the romance? Poor bird. I'm kidding. Make him suffer. You're getting down to, if you getting down to bird sex type 2 is just creepy. I like Captain Foley, though I got annoyed when he kept pulling up the tabletop Star Trek games as if it were canon. I know he loves those games, though. I mean, he played them when they were originally out, and I know he kind of uses them as beta canon, even though they're not really, but that's just him. Captain Trek says, if that is romantic, then Bird is a supermodel. Well, you know, maybe, I don't know. You don't think that sounds romantic? I mean, come on, that's a little romantic, don't you think? You know, can't you, like, picture you playing that music? You dim the lights a little, maybe. Yeah, let's dim the lights, baby. That's right. Yeah. Maybe light a candle or two. Snuggle up to that sweet honey. That's right.
How are we going to be able to get it in the hole? That's the question. That is the $1 million question.
Yeah.
It's not as easy to get in the hole as you think.
Not easy.
Okay, come on. Come on. Get. Ah, shit. Well. It was a valiant attempt.
Gotta get
but
it
yeah,
in the hole.
I think we're gonna need something a little more specialized.
Something specialized, baby.
We could try to back it in.
Yeah, back it on in.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Come on,
so
baby.
So close. Ah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, so close. Come on, just go in. Just go in. Oh yes, the tip is in. That counts. That totally counts. Okay.
That got me.
God. Okay, come on. No. We're right there. Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Yes! Hallelujah! Ah, fuck yeah.
There you go. Let me turn the mood lights back up to normal mode. Isaiah says, look closely in the camera while that song is playing. I don't think I could do that. You should ask if Manu was disappointed in Jerry Ryan's costume in Picard. That's worth asking. Worst porn ever. Yes. I hope my wife doesn't walk in while that's playing, Bird. I wouldn't like to explain it. That would be difficult to explain. Can you ask Manu how he got his role on Voyager, if there are any friendships he's made from the Trek that would be who that he appreciates most? You know what? I'm not writing down questions right now, but man, I will take questions, although I'll be honest with you. It'll probably be on a super chat basis, but I am going to ask him, like, you guys are giving me good ideas, and I'm going to jot down a few things between now and Thursday morning. And Defiant puts another $2 in, says, Antchecker are doing some DJ work on the side. I am definitely not doing DJ work on the side. DJ Odyssey is the only certified DJ in this room. Now, Valor says, you got a new super chat on your hands, and Vivian placed a blanket and pillow on the sofa. Looks like I'm sleeping on the sofa because of the nightmares you have given her. I'm sorry, Vivian. I'm truly sorry. And Defiant puts another $2 in. And, well, did you just do the same super chat twice? That's weird. I hope, I'm sorry if that was unintended, because I see the same $2 super chat twice. So I am truly sorry if that was not your intent. If I had a way to refund it to you, I would. But I genuinely don't. Maybe people should send in questions or ask them on antitrekker.com. BS, it's not your choice, it's stupid. I'm not sure what you mean there, Captain Trek. Could Burnham be the ribbon from Generations? Oh, jeez. I think we can call it Bird. Cognito Hazard? Wow. That's an interesting title. Oh, shoot. And the chat just jumped again, which means... Okay, hopefully... There we go. I'd rather listen to Star Trek Discovery cast sing again than Aussie O'Prey. Well, I'll try to get that recording. Of course, we get a copyright strike. Nightbreeze taking off. Have a great night, he says, which was a while ago, but thank you, Nightbreeze. Do Romulans have the ability to mind meld? Good question. In canon, we've never seen it happen. Does that mean they don't have the ability? Not necessarily, because there's very little genetic difference between a Romulan and a Vulcan. And so if they're genetically the same, it would just be a matter of training. The question is, do the Romulans have the knowledge on how to do a mind meld, more than do they have the ability to do a mind meld? Ralph says, Discovery has structure. I guess even a train wreck has structure. Yes, it does have structure. It's just not a very good one. Who or what is Kuroga, and why does Martok want it dead? Well, Kuroga is an evil empire run by a dictator named Bird O' Prey 5. If you're wondering who Bird O' Prey 5 is, he is that guy right there. So that is, and so Bird O' Prey 5 is in actuality, Trace, a good personal friend of mine, friend of the channel, who has his own channel titled Bird O' Prey 5. He is hilarious to listen to. If you listen to that bird sex thing or the Ozzy O'Prey stuff that I've been playing during this live stream, that's Bird on his live stream. That's just how he talks. He has the most bizarre and wonderfully hilarious sense of humor of anybody on YouTube. I love listening to Bird of Prey's live streams whenever I can because he is absolutely hilarious. But we've had a fictitious war going between the evil people of Kuroga and the wonderful freedom fighters of Turkestan, which of course are led by me, for, gosh, over a year now. Thomas says that 5-minute timer is really setting you back. Yeah, I'm going to have to start cutting it shorter. Boot Edge Edge. Is that his, Boot Edge Edge? Is that how you say his name? I can never get it. Andy Trigger is a Bernie supporter? I'm definitely not. I'm not supporting any candidate right now. If I actually come out to endorse a candidate, I'll tell you, but right now, no. Not interested in endorsing any of the candidates in the race. Are there any mention of the Remans yet since last time I asked? If not, I guess the sunlight killed them. Yeah, I think so. I think the sunlight just killed them all. Apparently, maybe all the Remans died because every Reman on the planet was on the scimitar when it blew up. Holy F, he's an hour behind. Stop it. I'm not an hour behind. I'm about 15 minutes behind. Are you going to avoid super chats so not to offend your guests, perhaps Thursday morning? No, what I'll probably do is I won't, depending on how the conversation, it's going to really depend on Manu and how the conversation is flowing. And if a super chat comes up with a question, I will absolutely ask him the question unless it is a question pertaining to like Kevin Spacey or Anthony Rapp or something like that. Basically a trolling type question. But I will absolutely ask him any questions as long as he, has time and, he has the option, of course, to refuse to answer if he doesn't want to. But I'm hoping that everybody is respectful because I certainly want him to have a fun time. I want to have a fun time, and I want him to be able to tell all of his Hollywood pals that, hey, come on over and hang out with the Anti-Trekker. He's a cool dude. But I'm not going to avoid the super chats, but I also won't, if he's in the middle of talking about something, I'm not going to say, hold on a minute, we just got a $20 super chat. I'll say, I'll wait until he's done, and then I'll read the super chat. Far future humanity will look like an onion expanding into space. Outermost layers will be libertarian and value independence. Innermost layers core will be redistributionist collectivist. That is relatively realistic, but that's nothing to do with Trek. And it also depends on the methodology of travel, because the diversity of the difference between core systems and outer systems would be directly related to the amount of time it takes to travel between them. If traveling from, for example, if in the world today we had transporters and you could literally go anywhere in the world just by turning on your personal transporter and going wherever you want, then guess what? Within a couple of generations, there would not be significant differences in culture around the world because everybody would start to intermix and we would become a one world culture. However, the reason that separate cultures exist is because that we are isolated from each other. How dope would it be if they made a movie about the X-Men and Star Trek crossover novel? They got Stewart to play Picard and Xavier. Imagine Worf lecturing Wolverine about true warriors. I don't know that I would think that was dope. It might have been dope 20 years ago, but I think right now that Patrick Stewart is too old for that kind of a role. But Sci-Fi Nation is dirty, Kurogan, and a junior member of the Bird Shemale Harem. I know, but I need all the help we can get for the Manu stream. Renegade says, one hot, one cold, so you're appearing in a crossover of CSI Miami and CSI New York. Yes. Ralph says, Michelle Yeoh's starting working for Marvel, so I have my doubts about Section 31 show. Well, just because she's working for Marvel doesn't mean she can't also work for CBS. Actors have done projects for different companies simultaneously before. Are the Watchmen nihilists? Yes. And that's kind of the point, though. But the difference between Watchmen and, because, for example, Watchmen is not it's published by DC, but it's not in the main DC universe. It's really a deconstruction of the DC universe. And it's basically a nihilistic view on it. With the Manu interview this Thursday, will that interfere with your watching of Picard? No, that's why we scheduled it at 3 a.m., 1 hour after Picard premieres. I will, in fact, be able to watch the show and then do the interview. It'll be funny. You'll see how well I can concentrate on the show when I'm thinking, I'm going to have Manu on in a minute. Andy Tricker just broke math. How did I must have said something stupid. Greetings, Andy Tricker, fellow nerds. Hey, Schromer. And there's a whole bunch of ones and zeros from Isaiah. I don't think Bob caved to the fandom. Months ago, he said he was preparing to run for president of the USA. Do you think he's actually running for president? Auntie is never asleep. She's just playing all the time. No, I'm pretty sure she's asleep. She sleeps a lot. And she's an older beagle. Old beagles do sleep a lot. Jeff says, I can't hear anymore. Osteoporosis made me deaf. Well, then at least you won't suffer if he ever comes back.
It's hard to tell the difference between the two, but there is a difference. It's mostly the words they use.
Darth Revan is in the house. Says, sup, man? Oh, glad to see you didn't take my advice and pull your cam back. Well, you're welcome. Actually, I did move the camera a little bit. But it's just, if you want, I can do this. Is that better? Would you prefer that I do that? And then I can get, even closer. How's that? You want me to do my entire live stream like this? I'll just stay right here from now on. And this will just be my new live stream format. I think that would probably be a bad idea. Let's see. There we go. A little too far. There. All right. And let's see. Kronos making more booger jokes. I would rather watch you blow your nose. Well, sorry. Kurogan mating call is screaming into a baby's face. That's true, actually. Blowing your nose is still better than Star Trek Discovery. That's true. That is true. Therizinosaurus is a dinosaur with meter-long claws. Really? I did not know that. So I learned something new today. But that sounds like something that I would not want to see in real life. I mean, just being real about it. Therizinosaurus. All right, I'm looking it up. Oh, that's a creepy-looking dinosaur too. Let's see. Mass of about 11,000 pounds. Wow. Crazy. Sounds like X-Men porn. X-Files porn. X-Men porn. Wow. No, not romantic editor, more like dance party. Well, that's it said romantic. I mean, we could, You don't think that sounds romantic? I know, you know. The music sounds like a gay club. Well, that would make sense because we're talking about Bird. And, you know, not that there's anything wrong with being gay. You know, that's, you know, Bird has nothing to be ashamed of. And I think that, you know, people trying to, you know, embarrass him about it is just wrong. Let's see. So if we go, what's this? That's no good. See, none of these. Yeah, those don't work. Let's see. How about all right, so here we go. This will be romantic. No, that's not. Let's see. This is kind of. What do you think? Romantic?
How are we going to be able to get it in the hole? That's the question. That is the million-dollar question. It's not as easy to get in the hole as you think. Okay, come on. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think that works. I just don't think that works. Back to the chat for a few more minutes. Bird of Port 5 needs to be a super chat. Well, we need to find the right song. Isn't that the same music they played in Buck Rogers' 25th Century movie? They call it romantic dance music in that movie. Bird is quietly making sweet love to this live stream. Apparently, yes. How come there ain't more TJ Hooker fanfics? Probably because TJ Hooker was not that good. Dr. Ed says, are we listening to Bird's thoughts when we're having his alone time with his Jaloja machine? Indeed. That is probably the best way to describe what that is. Oh, Antchecker, you got to say that the new people at CBS may cancel Section 31. Hope they don't. I always wanted a Section 31 show. Well, I don't. I quite frankly find the idea of a Section 31 show to be the worst possible concept for a Star Trek show. Kroga isn't an empire Bird wishes it was. That's true. And my question is, why did Romulans keep their mind with emotions when the Vulcans go nuts and evil when they have an emotion? Well, it has to do actually because the Vulcans suppress their emotions. And, you know, the psychology of Vulcans is very complex, but really it's that the Vulcans suppress their emotions so much. That's why they have to kind of let it out once every 7 years in the whole Ponfar ritual. With Romulans, they embrace their emotions, and so they probably don't have to deal with Ponfar, but they can also do it whenever they want to. Red Pill Gary says, you mean your dog doesn't run an empire? That would be interesting. No, she does not. Shomer says, come on, fellow nerds. 92 watching, only 63 likes. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that bell for your anti-trigger live stream and upload notifications. Thank you, Shomer. KG313 says, thank you for answering my question. Been trying to figure out the Locutus image we saw in this week's preview. Was thinking a mind meld from the evil Romulan chick, maybe? Well, you're assuming that she's, if you're talking about Commodore O, you're assuming she's a Romulan. I think that she may yet be a Vulcan. But she is no doubt working with the Romulans. Lancer says, didn't the Romulans have mind meld and more astral projections and stuff? Not in canon that I know of. Yeah, my computer's acting up. No, brother, have you and Captain Foley ever had a discussion on creating or designing a starship together? What era would you choose? TOS, NG, Discovery? I would, if I were to design a starship, which I'm actually do have a prototype design that I've been working on, is TOS era. Mrs. Anti-Tricker for President 2022. Well, you know, considering that that's 20, what is that? Yeah, like 20,000 years from now, probably not going to happen. Can mods remove super chats? Unfortunately, no. I'm more referring to some of the animations, avoiding them. Some could offend you if are certain political leaning. I get what you're saying. As far as the super chat animations, yeah, we probably won't be doing super chat animations because that would also kind of derail the interview. So good call out. I didn't think about that. And yes, so mods, please be aware of that. Make sure to remind people of that because, you know, the priority of Thursday morning show is going to be Manu himself, of course. Valor says, I'm going to write, and by the way, if Manu's only on, I don't know how much time he has, so let's say he's on for an hour and then he kicks off and we stay on for another hour, then we'll do Super Chat animation, sure. But while he's on, then, yeah, we're going to focus on him. I'm going to write an anti-checker when it comes time to vote. It would be funny if there was enough people to do so and the news coverage were forced to read the names on air. That would be hilarious. Jabberjab says, you may want to play bird porn for Manu. Don't want to give the poor guy... You may not want to play bird porn for Manu. Don't want to give the poor guy a seizure. Yeah, definitely won't do that. Unless Bird of Prey starts acting up. In which case, if Bird of Prey starts acting up, I'm going to immediately put on Ozzy Prey and say, yeah, this is that guy you're dealing with. Make sure you don't fall asleep after your alarm goes off like last week. Oh, heck no. Heck no. That was the Futurama time code. The dead giveaway is the group of 6. Oh, yeah, okay.
Hello, world.
And I didn't see who did that one.
I got it. Great kid.
Mercer, Create, donated $2. Thank you so much. Says, I collect spores, molds, and fungus. Indeed, Egon's best line. I love that line from him. Let's see. Got my hearing back and you play Ozzy again. What? Oh, sorry. That's just the way it goes, my friend. You look like you could have been in the movie 2001. You're old enough. Actually, 2001 A Space Odyssey came out the year I was born. The zoom in would have been better on Mr. Anti-Checker. I assume you mean on Mrs. Anti-Checker. Darth Vader says, do you give your puppets a kiss or do you not bother my Beagle, Russell Mix, and Bichon crawl on me hugs and kisses? For hugs and kisses. Oh, do you give your puppers, I get it, like as in puppies, a kiss, or do you not bother? Well, not on the mouth. Definitely not on the mouth. Earlier, Manu tweeted, they could have kicked 7 of 9 into gear 100 different ways. They chose to kill their beloved character quickly and not hire the guy who created him. Yeah, I liked he also put out a video tweet where he said, F that episode, as far as the one where Egypt dies. Rorschach is a deconstruction of moral objectivist heroes. I think you mean Rorschach is the deconstruction of moral objectivist heroes like Mr. A and The Question. Actually, more than that, he's also based on Batman. I mean, there's a lot there. Iger tried to step down before, so not surprised. Here that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be promoted to studio head of Asylum Films. I think Kathleen Kennedy needs to be promoted to customer. Ensign Ricky says, LMAO, I'm the hothead now. I mean, I swear a lot, but that's about it. I literally talk to Sirach Lofton at least once a month, and I'm still trying to get him on your show. Well, I'm just messing with you, Ensign Ricky. Seriously, I'm just, you know. But yes, you do cuss a lot. That's all I was just making fun of, because you cuss a lot, my friend. Not that, you know, that's all right. That's just the way you are. But boy, you do cuss a lot. But I would love to have Sirach on the show. If that's, I'm probably butchering his name. Could the whale probe have been built by the dinosaur species of Voyager, or maybe the ancient whales escaped Earth and wanted to see if their descendants survived? Actually, my theory is that the whales of Earth were actually colonists from the whale planet. So, yeah. Let's see. Manu continued, this was cleaning up shop. It was personal, sending a message for my idiotic tweets. It was cold and mean and not very Trek-like at all. Well, and that's the thing. That's kind of true, if that's why they did it. Try music search for love making. I don't know. Does Epidemic actually have anything that would fit that? Let's see.
Hello, world.
Let's see. That actually does come up with a couple, but
I got him. Great kid.
that doesn't seem like love making. That definitely doesn't seem like love making. Closer. I'll say that. That was closer. Anyway, and then of course I'm completely ignoring the super chats coming in because I'm an idiot. Mercer threw $2 more said, see their young wrap themselves around the cerebral cortex. This has the effect of rendering them very susceptible to suggestion. Later, as they grow, follows madness and death. And Edson Ricky puts in $2, says, each have had a very powerful friend. He might be back. Not sure who you mean there, but okay. Let's see. I can't remember how to pronounce your name. Made my night looking up the dinosaurs. I got an early morning training for work. Good night, everyone. Have a good one. I know you're gone by now. Rumors are they're making a Pike show. Might be good, but I don't think it will be anything set in the Discoverse, Prime or not. I don't think I will like anything set in the Discoverse, Prime or not. I understand that, Ozzy, but you know what? I actually liked Pike and Spock in Discovery Season 2 until the last episode, and then they kind of ruined it. Are the Romulans humanoid reptiloids? No, they're just humanoid. Just like Vulcans. Tentacle says, you suddenly look down and see a beagle crawling towards you. You reach down and flip it over onto its back. Okay. Sorry, should have clarified. I meant the sister Romulan check on the cube. Ah, gotcha. No, I don't think. I think that the picture of the doctor was of Commodore O. Let's see. The beagle lies there, its belly baking in the hot sun, beating its legs, trying to turn itself over, but it cannot do so without your help. You're not helping. Why? What kind of test is this, man? Wednesday, February 26, 2020. Picard Season 10, Episode 6 is tomorrow. Wow, time flies. Indeed it does. Darth Vader says, we need to keep the chat civil and mods need to remove those trolls or inappropriate comments like the ones mocking trolls or political. Indeed, Darth. It will be a busy night for you guys, and I am thanking you in advance. Man O'San says, please sure to do the zoom in if you get Jerry Ryan on for an interview. Yeah. If the Romulans, I would love to have Jerry Ryan on. She's awesome. If the Romulans join the Federation, how long before senior Romulan commanders would become admirals, or would they have to work their way up as different values? Same with other new races. Well, I would assume if the Romulans actually joined the Federation, which I don't see happening, but if the Romulans did merge with the Federation, yet they would have to work their way up just like anybody else. They want to find out what was meant by the rag part of last week's episode. Actually, that's the episode title is reference to an old timey type of like ragtime, and so if you don't get that, then you probably just won't get that. Stupid millennials. If you're 4 years younger than me, well, that makes me feel better, Ralph. Hey, Trigger, Sanders is a socialist. Of course he's going to say stupid stuff. Well, true. How did you like the movie you saw? Well, we saw Fantasy Island, and I will say this. It was very true to the series, in my humble opinion. Now, I was a fan of the series back when it first came out. And the spirit of the show was very much the spirit of the series. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So did Mrs. Antitrekker. And it actually tells the origin of Mr. Rourke and Tattoo. Enter, did you know that Gene Roddenberry was involved in a cult that contacted aliens, and Roddenberry was in contact with aliens and called the Council of Nine? That sounds like complete crap. Sorry, Daniel. I'd need evidence to that one. Melphus Sky says, how long do you think the Dominion would do against the Galactic Empire using the same tactics they used in the Alpha Quadrant? The Dominion would completely curb stomp the Galactic Empire. That's my humble opinion. And the simple fact is, and this is a problem, I know it's fun to speculate about Star Trek versus Star Wars, but the problem is that the technology is not compatible at all. Star Trek is so much more advanced than Star Wars that there is no battle. It is a slaughter. Icha's friend is Baby Q. Oh, that's right! 7 of 9 was handled very well in Star Trek Online, which sucks how they handled the character. Yeah, here's the thing. I liked her up until that last scene with her. Then they ruined her. Kind of like the same thing they did with Discovery Season 2. I was like, oh, this is really good. Oh! You know. In Voyager episode Q2, Q drops off the kid with Janeway to raise. Ichab and Q's kid became great friends during the episode. In sci-fi, no one really dies, so he might come back. That would be cool if Q2 came back and revived Ichab. I would be done with that. Let's see. Jerry Ryan here. That would be epic, Anti-Checker. Make it so. If Ichab was kicked out of a plane, would he be the man who fell to Earth? I am not going to say that tomorrow. Sorry, I meant to say how Star Trek Picard treated 79 compared to how they treated her on Star Trek Online, which was very respectful and showed actual character growth. Well, I don't know how they treated her on Star Trek Online because I haven't played a lot of Star Trek Online because, but yeah. Z-Plane! You know, funny enough, that is the first line in the film after the credits. But it was not said by Tattoo. LOL, we are the same age. My mom was a big fan of ragtime music, but I couldn't figure out what it had to do with that episode at all. I guess it went over my head. Yeah. Well, that's, yeah, it's just basically, yeah, it's just, hey guys, it's the free cloud rag, but, Jem'Hadar versus Sith Army. Well, from what we've seen in Rise of Skywalker, the Jem'Hadar, again, would curb stomp. Please say how do Manu, please. Why do you guys want to get me in trouble with the guy? Really? I mean, you guys just want me to get in trouble with this guy? I mean, this is the first genuine celebrity I'm going to have on the channel, and you guys are going to, like, ruin it for me, and you're going to completely kill me. Right? I see how you are. I was saying today how Garrick on Deep Space Nine can only be in 37 episodes and leave such a remarkable legacy in the Trek universe, yet Discovery is going into its 3rd season and has left fans so disappointed. Well, that's because Discovery is nihilistic. That's what's killing it. And I think that's why people are split on Picard. The people that like Picard basically are looking past the nihilism and seeing an interesting story, like people like myself. But the people that don't like can't get past the nihilism. And I certainly don't fault them for that. But the problem is, and this is really where I think the core of the problem with where I get mad at some of the people in the Phantom Menace, they don't see it that way. They see it as like, oh, the supernova is stupid. Oh, this was stupid. Oh, this was stupid. And they're nitpicking little things that, quite frankly, we've seen just as bad as stuff on every other version of Star Trek. But because they already hate Picard, they're picking on these things. And that's making a very weak argument. If you want to make a strong argument for not liking Picard, you've got to focus on nihilism. If you're focusing on nitpicky things like the supernova was not scientifically accurate, then you know what? I can show you 6 other supernovas in Star Trek that are not scientifically accurate, and yet you don't hate those shows. And you say, well, it's not just the supernova. What about... And then throw something else like, for example, 7 of 9 committed murder. Well, so did Worf. Twice. So, it's, you can come up with these things. And by the way, look at what Cisco did. And in the pale moonlight, if you want to start saying, well, it's too dark, right? You can definitely come up with examples of everything that happens in Picard and heck, even Discovery, as far as, examples of similar things in prior Trek. What you're not going to find in prior Trek is nihilism. And nihilism is what's killing modern Trek. Imagine if he called Jerry Ryan on the stream. That would be really cool. Ozzy said, actually, Captain Foley was the first celebrity on your channel. Granted, he's only on the Z list, but it's what it is. Well, Captain Foley is my first YouTube celebrity to come on the channel. Melfi says, Garrick is my favorite anti-hero. I do like Garrick. But you see, Garrick he's an interesting character. But Garrick as a series wouldn't work. I know that some people, I'd love to see, like Corey says, I'd love to see Garrick a Star Trek story. No. Garrick by himself wouldn't work. He had, you know what Garrick works best as a foil to Bashir. Picard also mercy killed that unnamed ensign that got assimilated in First Contact. Very good call out. You're absolutely right. And that's the thing. So you're not, and so when people start picking on individual things that happen in the show, anything you find, even like with the cursing, yes, granted, we haven't had the F-bomb before Discovery, but you know what? We had the data line from Generations. We also, and Captain Redneck pointed this out, is that when Kirk said, let's get the hell out of here, I didn't even realize it. That's the first time they said hell on television. So, that was a big deal. And so, yeah, Star Trek has even been edgy with language before. Death Dealer says, remember there was a Voyager episode where the Doctor reactivated a dead drone and reset it to its original command protocol. I'm waiting for someone idiot to reawaken the Borg. Well, maybe that's why we see Locutus in that trailer. No space battles, but ground battles, 30 stormtroopers and 2 AT-ATs versus 32 special forces from Enterprise armed with weapons of the era. Who wins? Again, here's the problem, Valor. It's no freaking contest. All right? The Star Trek weapons are a whole lot more powerful. Sorry. I know people don't like that, but they would melt through an AT&T. AT&T. And, Stormtrooper armor doesn't even protect them against rocks thrown by teddy bears, let alone phasers. Picard, Riker, Vaporize, and Admiral, that was a Queen host to all the bugs, too. That was not an Admiral. He was I can't remember if he was a Lieutenant or a Commander, something like that. I still want Star Trek Curzon. That's where I'm leaning. The people with opinions don't bother me. Garrett could have his own show, Nanny Nanny Boo Boo. Well, that's fine if you want it, but I don't think it would work because Garrick is himself a nihilist, but he's not in a nihilistic world. For your background, you should have a news studio, like a news interview in the background. TNN be like, hello, I'm Michael Turdington for Anti-Checker here with Manu. How do you, Manu? That would be really stupid. I think Anti-Checker is the best YouTube channel celebrity on YouTube. Well, I'm not a celebrity, but thank you, Daniel. Remember, Kirk the Klingons will die. Let them die. Yeah. Kirk was a straight-up racist in Star Trek VI. And that was well done. Mercer using the @ Oh, if you're not putting the @ or I may not see it. I'm not ignoring you, Mercer. You've got to put the @ Anti-Trekker in your chats. And there he goes. @Enter. Did you ever see my Mystery of the Blues where Harrison Ford plays Indiana Jones? I did not. Well, Harrison Ford played Indiana Jones in all the Indiana Jones movies, but I had not seen Mystery of the Blues. I don't think Federation in Picard is evil. I think Picard is in a lawless part of space with a ragtag old ship while Earth is bright and people are happy. Yes, I agree. Isn't Andrew Robinson dead? The guy that played Garrick. I do not know. Manu Intar-Imi. Actually, it's when I heard him say it, it sounded like he said In-te-re-me. In-te-re-me. But I could be wrong, and I'm basing that off, thanks to Bird of Prey, he actually found a clip where there was an interview with him.
An actor who was on Star Trek Voyager. He played Icheb. This is Manu Intiraymi.
How you doing, man?
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did. Manu Intiraymi. That's
See, when Manu said it, listen carefully.
Who was on Star Trek Voyager. He played Icheb. This is Manu Intiraymi.
How you doing, man?
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did. Manu Intiraymi.
Intiraymi. That's how he pronounced it. Not inter. Manu himself pronounced it Intiraymi. And so that's why I'm trying to make and thank you again, Bird of Prey, for finding that, because I don't want to butcher his name when I first introduce him on Thursday morning. No, Garrick is alive. Just looked at him recently. Oh, okay. Star Trek weapons more powerful than Star Wars. 4 words: Death Star, Star Killer, Base. Yeah. Guess what, Dale? Until Rise of Skywalker, there were no ship-based weapons like that. And even then, those ship-based weapons can only fire in a very limited firing arc. All right? Every other weapon has a painful... You know what the maximum range of the turbo lasers are? You don't even have to argue about whether or not they're lasers or not. Turbo lasers have a maximum range of about 16 to 20 kilometers. You know what the maximum range of phasers are? 200,000 kilometers. Do the math. What a shocker. Memory lore changed Icheb photo. Well, I actually saw that because I looked up Icheb on Memory Alpha because there are 3 actors that have actually played the role. So, yeah. CBS, bring back Avery Brooks as Captain Sisko. That wouldn't make any sense. Captain Sisko's one with the Prophets now. I'd love to see a Trek show about the Dominion War, like a war documentary. Not going to happen. We had a Trek show about the Dominion War. It's called Deep Space Nine. The side with the teleporters wins. That's another thing. Yeah, transporters have a maximum range of hundreds of thousands of kilometers. And, it wouldn't be that hard to beam a photon torpedo onto the bridge of a Star Destroyer. But even if you couldn't, guess what? You can take shots at the Star Destroyer at 200,000 kilometers, and the Star Destroyer is like, come on, get us within 20 kilometers so we can attack. Wow, they keep warping away, sir. Well, plot a hyperspace course. All right, give us 20 minutes. I really wish we got Star Trek Sulu Excelsior series after Voyager. I would have liked that too, but yeah, was never meant to happen, unfortunately. All right, guys, I am going to wrap it up there because I got a lot to do tomorrow. Got to get prepped for the Manu Intiraymi stream. I'm so excited about that, but I also have 2 streams to do tomorrow. Holy crap, it's going to be a busy day. But thank you for hanging out with me. You guys have been awesome, as always, which, kind of goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. And, yeah, and Auntie, of course, is still sleeping.
Making your way with the nerds today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from hating JJ sure would help a lot.
Sure, Dr. Alex. Now you show up, now that I'm signing off. But let me tell you, Dr. Alex, so tomorrow, about 26 hours from right now, you're going to want to be at this channel because I'm going to have Manu Intiraymi on this show, the guy that played Icheb in Star Trek Voyager. So absolutely be here tomorrow for Manu Intiraymi.
Wouldn't you like to just get laid? Sometimes you wanna go where all the Trekkies know your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be in a galaxy where Star Trek isn't lame. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Turds of a feather flock together, that's what we believe. We know a place that's got you covered, a place to get relief. Wouldn't you like to say me Pooh? Sometimes you wanna go where turn steadies know your name.
You son of a bitch, anti-tracker!
How are we gonna be able to get it in the hole? That's the question. That is the million-dollar question. It's not as easy to get in the hole as you think. Okay, come on. Come on, get. Okay, come on. Come on, get. Ah, shit. Oh, well. It was a valiant attempt. But yeah, I think we're gonna need something a little more specialized. Although, we could try to back it in. Come on. Come on. So close. Ah. Yes. Oh God, so close. Come on, just go in. Just go in. Oh yes, the tip is in. That counts. That totally counts. Okay. Ah. God damn it. Okay, come on. No, we're right there. Right there. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Yes! Hallelujah! Ah, fuck yeah. Yes! Hallelujah! Ah, fuck yeah. How are we gonna be able to get it in the hole? How are we gonna be able to get it in the hole? How are we gonna be able to get it in the hole? How are we gonna be able to get it in the hole? That's the question. That is the million-dollar question. It's not as easy to get in the hole as you think. Okay, come on. It's not as easy to get in the hole as you think. Ah, shit. Oh, well, come on. It was a valiant attempt. Come on. It's not as easy to get in the hole. I think we're going to need something a little more specialized. Oh, well, come on. It was a valiant attempt. We could try to back it. I think we're going to need something a little more specialized. Oh, well, come on. It was a valiant attempt. We could try to back it. I think we're going to need something a little more specialized. Oh, well, come on. It was a valiant attempt. We could try to back it. I think we're going to need something a little more specialized. Oh, God, so close. We could try to back it. I think we're going to need something a little more specialized. Oh, God, so close. Oh, yes. The tip is in. That counts. That totally counts. Come on, just go in. Okay. Oh God, so close. Oh yes. The tip is in. Okay, come on. No. That counts. No. That totally counts. Come on, just go right there. Okay. Oh, it's so close. We're so close. God, yes! Oh, yes! Hallelujah! The tip is in. Okay, come on. No. That counts. No. That totally counts. Come on. Go right there. Oh, it's so close. We're so close.
God.